Hi everyone! Welcome back to another tutorial. Again, another tutorial, yes. So, I haven't got all my stuff in yet for my Christmas contest, which I'm pouting about because I wanted to get that started. But the rest of my stuff should be here. I'm waiting for stuff from Fire Mountain Gems and Auntie's Beats. So, it's not here yet, and that's the last of what I need, and then contest time. And when I do explain about the contest, you'll understand this is going to help you guys when I make these components. I tried several different kinds of components to make. They didn't turn out, and then finally I got this. And I absolutely love it. It is just so pretty. That is why I posted on I Bead For You, because I didn't have a name for it yet, and I still don't have a name because I am freshly filming this, and this is all I've got done of this bracelet. So we're going to make this bracelet together. You know me, if I make mistakes, you're going to see them, and you're not going to make those same mistakes, right? Because you're going to watch this video and go, yeah, I got to watch here, make sure I don't do what she did, so I don't make that same mistake and have to cut it all out. So the worst of it, I have done already off camera. So I wanted to find a new way to join them because I didn't want, there was a way I tried it and I thought, oh God, that's ugly, and I took it apart. So this is what I ended up with. This is the most sparkliest snowflake. I don't know if you could see this, how up close. I can't zoom in, you know, too much. There we go. We don't want to go out of focus, but this is really pretty. I stuck with just these simple colors because this is Christmas, and you guys are really going to need this for the Christmas contest. One thing I'm going to mention is I am giving away a lot of stuff. My husband and I have bought a lot of stuff for one person times 3. So times 3, that 3 contests, lots of stuff. You're going to have to work for it this time. Just going to tell you that I'm not just going to give it away that easily, that you guys just have to do something simple. You're going to work to win that. Believe me. But I'm not going to say any more because I don't want to spoil the contest. Anyway, let's get to these components. I really like this, but I'm only making one bracelet, so I just want to make this one, and it's not that big. That's why I took pictures of it in my hand, so you guys can get an idea as to how big these components really are. They're not that big. They're just really tiny and delicate and absolutely gorgeous to make anything with. Earrings, bracelet, necklace. You can even make a ring with this. It would be gorgeous. Big but gorgeous. So for this, if you want to make these components along with me, we are going to need Superduos, and I'm using opaque white. That's it in the color, just white. We're going to need 8/0s, and again I'm using check 8/0s in an opaque white. I'm using Toho opaque white seed beads. I'm sure that's what they're called. Let me just have a double check. Opaque white. Yep. So these are opaque white. You are going to need some 15/0s, and that's what all these silver beads are in here. And I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but there is, let me see if I can get close enough. There is silver beads in there. Silver lined crystal beads. And those are in a 15/0, and again, Toho seed beads. I don't even know if you can buy check 15/0s. See, that's how great I am, because I don't even know. Never heard of them. And if they are, and they do exist, I've never bought them. I've always bought in Toho or Mayuki 15/0 seed beads. Now, I am using 3mm Swarovski crystals and a bicone. Super tiny. Love them. And this is Crystal AB, which gives off that little extra sparkle. I'm also using a Swarovski 3.2 or something millimeter montee. It's very tiny. I think it's a 3. Maybe it's a 4. I don't know. It's just the tiny one. It's probably a 4. Yeah, it's a 4mm, I think. I'm pretty sure they said 3. These are the ones with the backs that have the crisscross in them. Now, somebody quoted to me and said Preciosa makes these kind here. I always thought Preciosa made the ones with a box on the back, and these were Swarovskis. I could be wrong, but if you can find Preciosa with the crisscross in the back like that, that's what you need. They're flat. Let me just pull out a different one. These are the ones I only like them if they sink into a project, and I don't know, you make anything with it sinking in like that, but let me just grab, oh, where are they? Pretty sure I have some here. They've got the larger backs. No, these are all Swarovskis. These are the ones I got from Fire Mountain Gems, but I do have other ones. Yes, see. These are the ones, I'm pretty sure these are Preciosa, but like I said, don't quote me, I could be very wrong about this. There's the difference. These have stick up at the back. They're very different from these. These are the same size, don't get me wrong, they're both 3mm, but the backs are very different. So I just want to show you, when you're buying, buy the ones with the crisscross in the back, not with the little box on it. Okay? And then they're both exact same crystal. These are crystal AB. Oopsies. And that one just rolled away down the couch. Probably. I'll find it. But anyway, these are the ones I want you guys to get. So, maybe these are a little bit bigger. But these are not the ones I want to use today. I'm using the Swarovski in the different backs. So I've got lots of sizes in them. Actually, I'll show you a big one, what the back looks like. There. That's a huge one. And it has 2 holes. 2 holes here. And 2 holes there. But they don't have a crisscrossing kind of thing on the back. You can still put this on crisscrossed, but I'm telling you, this is going to stand up on your project like that, like it was a ring setting or something like that, and you really don't want these. So I don't know if that's Preciosa or who makes those ones, but they're not Swarovskis. They do not make them like that. Okay, so the flat backs with the X in the back, and you can clearly see them. And when you buy them online, make sure you look at a close-up picture and you see, because you can look at these, you'll see the fronts of them, but some of those pictures don't show you the back. So you're stuck buying, because that's what happened to me with these. I ended up with the box ones. I don't want those. I want them, but not for this project. Okay, so make sure you see a picture, a close-up of the backs that they have the little X in them, okay? You're going to use the size 10 beading needle. You're going to use 6-pound Fireline. And I haven't decided which closure I want to use, so we'll decide that when we get to that part. I have 2 different kinds, but you will need a 2-strand closure. See, 2 holes. So these ones here I got from Michael's, and these ones you can pretty much buy anywhere online. These ones here that you pull apart and slip on. So I'll decide this, cross that bridge when I get to it. So I'm going to move all my beads out of the way. Oh, do you guys like my fake nails? Aren't they gorgeous? Actually, I put them on for Halloween and I haven't taken them off because I glued them on with super new glue. And they ain't coming off. I've had one fall off and I glued it back on because I couldn't get the other ones off to pull them all off. So I just fixed it up, made my fingers look so beautiful for my tutorial. So fake. They are really, I hate fake nails, but like I said, I needed them for Halloween, and now you're stuck looking at my nails. Alright, going to move all this stuff. Let me see, I'll make sure I didn't forget anything. You might need jump rings, depending on how this ends up finishing. You may need jump rings to join this. We'll see when we get to that bridge. So keep some small jump rings, like 4mm, 5mm jump rings aside on the hand here, just in case we need them, okay? So you don't have to get up out of your beading chair like me. I don't want to get up if I don't have to. And I'm going to move all this stuff, and I'm going to come back and, oh, we're going to string on 1 yard of Fireline. It seems like a lot, but you want extra Fireline. Okay, for the first component, you're not going to have to do a whole yard. But the second component, to join it, you want to have extra Fireline to do all this in here. So cut yourself 3/4 of a yard. If you want to get technical, go ahead and get technical and cut 3/4 of a yard, and I will be back. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm very nice and comfy. I'm covered up in a blanket. You know what? I don't bead at a table or a desk. I have all my beading stuff that way. It's all to my left in containers piled nicely. I will show you. I'll do a video again someday because I have so much new stock compared to what I had in my last video I did of my bead haul. Now, I'm sitting on my couch, and I have this little table that pulls, no, it's a fair size table, but it pulls up to me, and my computer sitting on it, and I'm beading on top of my computer, but I have it completely covered. And I learned my lesson covering my computer up. My last computer I had got tons of seed beads in the keys and wrecked it. So we don't want that happening again. So I got my coffee, I got all my beads, I'm covered up in a blanket because I went out today, and it's starting to get really cold here where I live. And they're calling for snow flurries today, which I hope we don't get. Right now it's kind of raining and it's cold, and I came home from work and I've been cold since I've gotten home. And actually, I just started this component when I got home, so that's how fast that whipped up. So I'm covered up, I'm sitting on my couch, I'm comfortable, and I'm ready to bead with you guys. So, and I've got my needle threaded. And I got Miku, the bird, who's over there. My husband's giving him chips because he's going to come over here and bug me. You can hear him saying, step up. Okay, so I'm working with Superduos at starters. And what you want to do is you need 8 Superduos. So check to make sure both holes are open. And I already did that. So I'm going to pick up all 8 of these Superduos on my needle. And we're going to bring them right down to the bottom, and we're going to tie ourselves a nice knot. Okay, but remember, when you pull this knot inside your beads, remember where that knot is, because you don't want to put your crystal on with it like that. So 1 knot, and we're going to tie 2 surgeon knots like so. Okay, so you've tied nice good knot. Pull it nice and tight. Now take your needle and pull your knot inside. So you're going to go through 2 beads, go through the bottoms of those 2, so you know your knot's going to be pulled inside like that. Okay, so we don't want to work over these 2 Superduos, so let's go into the next 2. Okay, and exit out of there. So this is what you should have. Now we're going to sew on one of our, if you don't have these, you can sew on a crystal if you want to do it that way. You can do it the same way we're doing it, adding the 15-0s and stuff. Okay, so pick up 1 15-0, one part, go through 1 hole. You can see I'm going through the back, showing you the back, and pick up another 15-0. Now, as I said, we're going to skip these 2 because my knot's in there and we don't want to deal with that knot right now, so we're working over these 2. Now you want to go across and work out of these 2, but you want to go across on a diagonal, okay, because we're going to work over these 2 beads. So put your needle this way through these 2 beads, and make sure you go through the bottoms like that. and hold this and pull and sit this on top somehow. Alright, and you got to kind of, oh, I'm pulling the tail, no wonder it's not going anywhere. Okay, so now we're exiting out of this side of the bead. You went in this side and you're exiting on this side, so all you need to do is pick up 1/15, and now you're going to go through the second hole of this montee like this and pull your thread through like so. Okay, and now you're going to pick up one more 15, and now you're going to go through your Superduo at the bottom through the two of them. We're working over two like this. You want to be exiting right beside the 15 that you put on previously there, and pull like that. Okay, so now you should have this. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and reinforce this. So we're just going to go through all these beads following the thread path we started. So through those three, which is the 15, the montee and the 15, pull. Through your two Superduos. Sometimes working from the back of this is a little bit easier, but not when you're going to go through them. So I've entered through the two Superduos. This tail is in my way already, and I could see it's crossed. So let's get this tail out of my way. So let's go through the 15, this montee, and the other 15 on the other end, like that. Pull. Now you're going to exit through your Superduos. And if it's hard, just go through one, because you don't want to bend your needle to crap already, especially a size 10 beading needle. So I'm just going to go through one and through the next one, like so. And get that tail out of my face. So this is what we have so far. A cute little pretty star. Isn't that not cute? The start of your snowflake. Now exit again through another Superduo. And I'm going to go through these two just to get away from my tail. Oops. Pulled that right out of my hand. I'm still in the bottom holes on the Superduos. And now you're exiting here. Just jump up and exit out of the top of that Superduo you're exiting. Like that. Okay, now we're going to work with our 8/0s. So pick up one 8/0 and go into the next Superduo and pull. Pick up an 8/0 into the next. So you're just going to put an 8/0 in between them. Wow, that's a big fat one. I'm going to get rid of that one. Don't like it. Too fat. And into the next. An 8/0. Well, that's why I hate check beads. They're very inconsistent in size. That's why I don't use them very much anymore. If you noticed, I'm using a lot of Toho and my Yuki seed beads. So I'm just putting an 8/0 in between all of the Superduos. So now exit out of the Superduo and don't step up into the 8/0 yet. Okay, so this is what you should have completed. And now we can kind of cut this tail off because it's annoying me. Okay. Now you're going to pick up, you're working with 11/0 and 15/0. So pick up 1 15, 3 11/0 and 1 15 on your needle like that. So that's what I have on my needle. You're exiting out of this Superduo on the top, skip the 8/0 and go into the next Superduo, staying in the top hole like that. And just place these on top for now. That. Okay? Don't exit out of the 8/0. 15/0, 3 11s, and 1 15/0. Skip the 8/0 and go into the top hole of the Superduo, the next Superduo, and sit these on top. And you're just going to do this all the way around. A 15, 3 11s, and a 15. Skip the 8/0 and go into the Superduo. Place those on top. A 15, 3 11/0, and a 15. Skip the 8/0 and go into the Superduo. Like that. 15, 3 11/0, and a 15. Skip the 8/0 into the 11/0, or into the Superduo, like that. And that already looks like a really pretty snowflake. Isn't that cute? You could even use this for something if you want. And just quit right here. Done. Done like dinner. Okay, I need some more 15/0s over here. Okay, 15, 3 11s, and a 15. Skipping the 8 and going into the Superduo. A 15, 3 11/0s, and a 15. Skip the 8 and go into the Superduo. Like that. One more time. So, 15, 3 11s, and a 15. Skip the 8/0 and go into the 15/0. And then you're going to, Nico, you're going to step up into that 8/0 that's right beside where you're exiting in the Superduo. So just exit there. Okay? Like that. Now you're going to pick up 2 15/0s on your needle. And I hope to God you guys can see this. I'm going to have to bring my camera up closer so you can see what I'm doing, because this looks like it's really hard for you to see. Now I'm exiting out of this 1 8/0 right here. This light's pretty bright, I would say. See if I can take some glare off of that. Now you've got your 3, you're exiting out this way. You've got your 3, 1, 2, 3 11/0s on top. Skip this 11/0 and go into the middle one. So go into this 11/0 with 2 15s on your needle. Pull. And I lost them. I had 2 on here, they fell off. So let's pick up, oh here they are, they did fall off. Okay, so pick up 2 15s and exit in that middle bead like so. Now we're just dressing up this snowflake. Pick up 2 more 15s and now go back into this 8/0 that way. So just making a circle. Okay? Trying to keep my fingers so it doesn't blur. And there you got, set these ones on top. Now to get to the next 8/0, pick up 3 15s. 3 15s on your needle. And you're going to jump across the whole entire top here. Well, not the whole entire, just enough to go into the next 8/0 like that. Okay? Pull your needle through that and pull. Pick up 2 15s exiting out of your 8-0, and you're exiting on this side of your 8-0. So come up and exit through this one on the same side with the 2 15s on your needle and pull. And sit those on top. Pick up 2 more 15s, go back down in through that 8-0 in like a circle. You just did a circle. And pull. Now we're going to go into the next 8-0, but we're going to pick up 3 15s, and then we're going to go into the next 8-0 on this, like so. Okay. Keep it pulled nice and tight. Pick up 2 more 15s. Exiting here. Enter on this side, same side you're exiting. Place those on top. Pick up 2 15s and go back into the 8-0 this way. Like that. Miku's being really goofy. And now you're going to pick up 3 more 15s. Staying on top of our snowflake, go into the 8-0, the next one. And place your 3 15s like that. Okay. Pick up 2 more 15s. Go into your middle bead, middle 11-0. Pick up 2 more. Oops. And go through your 8-0. Sitting those on top like that. Okay. Pick up 3 more. And continue into the next 8-0. So you're just going to do this all the way around. Pick up 2. Go into this one. Pick up 2 more. Into this 8-0. Sit those on top. Pick up 3 more. Into the next 8-0. Just placing these beads on top. And you could tell where your top is because your montee or your crystal or whatever it is you use will be on top of this. Like that. Pick up 2 more. He's laughing. Ha 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 ha. You're a bad boy, Miku. Oh no, you don't. And in there. Pick up 3 more. Go into the next bead. Next 8-0. Pick up, whoops, 2 more 15s. Into the bead like this. 2 more. And into your 8-0. Back into your 8-0. Pick up 3 beads and go into the next 8-0. Pick up 2 more. And into this one. And 2 more beads. And into this 8-0 again. Okay, so now we've completed our round. And we have the whole top of our snowflake decorated. Oops. Our whole top of our snowflake is all pretty and decorated with 15-0s. Now you're exiting out of the 8-0, so we're just going to turn your work over so you can see what you're doing. And you want to exit out of your Superduo like this. So just go into the Superduo right beside where you're exiting out of your 8-0. Maybe, if you can. Could be a bit tricky. So I'm going through the back. Doesn't really matter because we're just going to step up. So be careful when you're pulling your thread, you don't snag any of those 15-0s on top. And pull your work nice and tight. Now you can see I'm exiting out of the Superduo. So I'm just going to go up into the 15-0 and the 11-0. I'm on the back of my work, by the way, because I want to get up into this first bead of the group of 3. But I'm following my thread path. You could skip going through that Superduo, but you'll see your thread, so go through this, when you're exiting out of that 8/0, go into the Superduo and then go up into the 15/0 and into the 11/0 and stop there. Okay? Now, you're going to pick up one 11/0 and you're going to go right into the middle bead like this, parking that one 11/0 like this on the side. If it's better this way. Pick up an 11/0. Okay. So you're exiting out of the middle one, so you picked up one 11/0. Now you're going to drop down into the next 11/0 like so. Oopsies. And you're going to park these two on top like that. Okay. Now you're exiting out of this 11/0. Now you're going to pick up, so only be exiting, oops, one under my beautiful, beautiful nails. Beautiful. Pick up one 11/0 or 15/0. And now you're just going to jump across to the next group of 3, but go into just the first bead of that group of 3, like that. And park that 11/0 there, or 15/0 there. Now you're going to pick up one 11/0. You're going to go into the middle bead of that group of 3 by placing your bead like that. So it should look like that. You're exiting here. Pick up another 11/0, exit into the next bead, and park that one on top, like that. Okay, so this is what you have so far. You have that. Okay, pick up a 1/15/0 and jump across into the next group of 3, but catching just the first bead in that group of 3 there. And pull. Now you're going to pick up one 11/0 and go into the middle bead, parking an 11/0 on the side of it. Pick up another 11/0, exit into the next 11/0, parking that one up there, like that. Now you're going to pick up 1/15. You're going to go into the next group, catching just the first bead. Pull. I'm working from the back because it's a little easier. Pick up one 11/0, go into the middle bead like so. Pick up another 11/0. Well, that's a fat one. And exit into the next 11/0, like that. Pick up a 15. Go across into the next group of 3. Placing your 15/0 right there, like that. Pick up an 11/0 into the next. Ooh, I have 2. Glad I saw that. So basically all you're doing is putting 11/0 on each side of your middle bead in the group of 3 beads that you put on top. So you can kind of see what you're doing here. You're making a real pretty snowflake. See? Pick up a 15, go into the next bead, like that. Pick up an 11/0, into the next bead. An 11/0, and into the next. And then we're going to pick up a 15. And we're going to pick up and now we're into the 11/0s, putting one in between, or one on each side of the middle bead. And as you can see, we still have one more to do. So I'm picking up a 15 and going across into that 11/0, and it's the very first one of that group of 3. So you'll see in the back, you should have 3 15-0s showing in the back here when you've completed that. So pick up an 11, go into the next bead, another 11 into the next bead. Okay, so we're at our very last one, but we still need to add that 1 15-0 because we started up here, so we need to add the 15 in here. Okay, there's no 15 there yet. So pick up a 15 and go across up into the 11-0 and place your third bead in there. So now you want to get up and step up into that one bead that you originally put on first. So you're exiting. We're going to be working out of these 2 new beads that we just put on here. So we're only working out of this bead and this bead. So just these 2 beads. So now you're going to pick up 5 15s and you're going to skip this middle one and go right into this one here. Okay, and pull and set your 5 on top of that. We're going to be going back through these to get the points to work. Now you need 3mm beads. Pick up a 3mm. Now go right across into the next set of 2 there. Next one that you're working out of. So placing the crystal in there. Pick up 5 15s. Go across into the next bead. Pick up a crystal. Exit into the next one. Pull it through and pick up 5 15s. Exit into the next. Pick up a crystal into that next one. So that's all you're going to do now is alternate picking up 5 15s, a crystal, 5 15s, a crystal, and you're just going to do that till you get to the end of the round, and I'll be back. Okay guys, so I've completed my round here, and I'm exiting out of the white 11-0, and you're just going to go up into the first 2 beads of the 5 that you put on. So just exit out of the first 2 beads. You're going to skip this middle bead here, which would be the 3rd bead, and you're going to go around and go down into the next 2 beads, and I like to make it all one pass. So this is what I do. I go through the 2 beads, the 11-0, the crystal, the 11-0, and pull. And then you want to get your thread so it makes that nice little peak point. Like that. See? Now you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go up in these 2 15s. Like that. Skip the middle one and go into the next 2. And if you can, make several passes, or if you have to, or you can make it one pass. Usually you can, but it kind of reinforces, whoops, it's the crystal. That's why I like to make it in one pass. It's a little difficult sometimes to get in once you tighten everything up. So go into the first 2 15s. Skip the middle one. Go into the next 2. And this is where I like to go through all those beads in one pass. Wow. Okay, so I cut 15 O's too. See? One pass. Pull it nice and tight. And it'll tighten up. Make sure your thread, your bead's pulled up too. If your bead's tucked down, it's not going to point. So make sure the bead is pulled up nice like that. Pointy. and go down into those. And into those. And give it a pull. And see, you got your nice little point. So just keep doing this all the way around. Again, it reinforces it as well. And it's getting harder now.